Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a great start to your terrific Thursday, or I guess I should say a little bit trashy in terms of the weather world right now. We've got showers and storms that are beginning to move into northwest Arkansas, and especially the River Valley at this time. They are on the weakening trend, but I did want to give this update to kind of let you know that we're expecting those on and off shower and storm chances to continue as we move throughout the afternoon, perhaps into the evening as well, especially in the River Valley. But plenty more where that came from as we move throughout the latter half this week. I know we had that weather live yesterday with Dan and Peyton talking about the models and similar issues this morning with all of those. And we're going to talk about those things in this weather live as well because the models are going back and forth in terms of the evolution of the system. And we've got a lot of things to discuss right now. And it is a complicated forecast, that's for sure. We just really appreciate you guys being patient with us. And again, we'll get you through this weather and we'll continue to keep you posted on latest information. But as you were seeing there just a few moments ago, how he including Mega Doppler showing those showers and storms moving through the River Valley at this time. Again, in a weakened state, but still some heavy rainfall, frequent lightning being seen with these thunderstorms at this time. Of course, some heavier bands of rain in Florida County as well. The flooding potential overall at this point, I think, looks low for the entire forecast area, especially in northwest Arkansas. You can definitely see these rain showers are a little bit weaker, but still, a steady rain can be expected as we move throughout the rest of the morning hours. And that's going to be the theme as we move throughout the day today. On and off shower and storm chances. We've got a tremendous amount of energy moving through our area. We've got that MCV, mesoscale convective vortex, that's just to the southwest of Muskogee at this time. That's why we're seeing those shower storms develop when the models weren't showing those last night. So that's expected to continue as we move throughout the rest of the day, because if I go here to a wider view of satellite and radar, you're going to see a lot more energy still on the back end of the system. So we're not done with the rain once these storms move through the area. I do think we've got additional shower and storm chances later on this afternoon. Now, it's kind of a chain reaction last night. We didn't have a storm in sight when I woke up at about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. But once that first storm developed in southwest Oklahoma, they all took off like a rocket. And they were stronger earlier on this morning west of our weather coverage area. But you can see kind of merging with the complex of storms that was off to the west in Oklahoma City. We've kind of got this MCV set up right now where this piece of energy is moving off to the north and east, while this piece of energy is moving more southeast. So this might actually miss us, but we'll still watch those trends very closely. Again, though, we're going to see rain within the next few moments in northwest Arkansas, and additional rain possible in the River Valley as well as we move throughout the afternoon. Again, severe weather potential low at this point. I don't think we're going to see any severe thunderstorms with any storms that develop today. Maybe some stronger storms in the River Valley, but overall the severe weather risk is low at this time. But you know what you got to think for all this is this ridge of high pressure in the southwestern United States. That's allowing for these pieces of energy to move off the Rocky Mountains and towards northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. And this is also why the forecast is so frustrating, because a lot of times with setups like this, when you have east-southeasterly flow, these storms that take off in eastern Colorado and southwest Kansas are severe. But as they move southeast, they start to weaken, and a lot of the times it's, will it rain or will it not rain? To rain or not to rain? That is the question that Dan Scoff and Peyton Langford were asking last night, and for good reason, because as you can see from the Storm Prediction Center outlook, the main severe weather threat is in southeast Colorado and in southwest Kansas, which is where I would be right now if I didn't have to work tomorrow, because there is a pretty good tornado threat, I think, just to the southeast of the Denver area. These storms are going to be absolutely amazing later on today. So you're going to see some great videos and photos, I'm sure, from out there. But again, these storms are moving off the mountains, moving southeast. They're causing some big-time impacts in Kansas and in Oklahoma. But by the time they reach northwest Arkansas, they are quite a bit weaker. So that's going to be the theme today. Again, 1 or 2 strong storms possible, but the severe weather potential looks low at this time. Gusty winds, heavy rainfall, the main concerns, those gusty winds between about 40 to 45 miles per hour at the most. Now, tomorrow, right around lunchtime, I do think the severe weather potential is a little bit higher. These storms will pack a little bit more of a punch, but again, the models are all over the place in terms of what exactly is going to go down. I do think there will be a little bit of a better focus for shower and storm activity tomorrow. So that's why we've got that level 2 out of 5 slight risk of severe weather. But again, the overall severe weather threat is low at this point, in my opinion, with the system today and the system tomorrow. Now, tomorrow, I can't say that the tornado risk is 0. It is low. It is very, very low. But if you look at the SPC's latest outlook on that tornado potential, we do have a 2% risk outlined over our area. Again, it's not a high risk at all. It's on the lowest end of the spectrum, but it's still something that we've got to watch for sure. And Josh Weisel said it best. Fun pattern, made even more fun with totally awesome, not at all flawed models. And, I sense a little bit of sarcasm there. And guess what, Josh, I'm right there with you. It is so frustrating right now because I want so desperately to be able to tell you, with a lot more certainty that we're going to see showers and storms in this area at this time. And this is a severe weather risk. And this is what we're going to see throughout the next few days. But with this type of pattern, it's very, very hard to do that. Even when you're looking out the window on water vapor, because a lot of times with these southeasterly flow, as I was mentioning, those storms are decaying as they're moving into our area. And that can, cause some problems with the weather forecast. So Josh, perfect comment there. And again, this is why we are just getting worked to the bone right now, watching these storms very closely because it is a very, very challenging forecast. So I almost don't want to do it. I almost don't want to look at future track and look at what the latest HRRR has, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to see what it's got going on. I made a tweet this morning about how bad the models were. I mean, they didn't show a single storm in sight early this morning, and we ended up getting storms everywhere. And now they're moving into Northwest Arkansas. And again, it's just a struggle right now. If the models can't get even right at the minute that it's going on, how's it supposed to get it right 12 to 24 hours from now? But here's the latest future track. Here's the HRRR. You can see those showers and storms again. They are on the weakening trend, so this is got a pretty good idea of these storms weakening as they push into NWA. Again, the severe weather risk is low at this time, but additional development possible as we move throughout the afternoon, especially along and south of the Bobby Hopper Tunnel. I do think the River Valley will be the main focus for those thunderstorms as we go throughout the afternoon hours today. You can see those storms moving in right around 3, 4 o'clock. Again, the timing, don't pay too much attention to that. During the afternoon, there will be that potential for scattered showers and storms throughout the entire weather coverage area. Those should move out of the area by the time we get to the evening with additional shower and storm chances tomorrow, especially right around lunchtime. And again, the models tend to struggle sometimes with these types of setups. This is not the latest HRRR. This is still the one from earlier this morning. We can look at that latest one in just a few moments. We'll share the screen here and we'll show you what the 12Z HRRR has in store. But you can see another MCS moving through Northwest Arkansas, likely on a weakening trend as it pushes towards our area. So it's going to be a struggle to pinpoint where exactly these thunderstorms develop, where exactly the heaviest rainfall will be, and really, at this point, if we'll see strong to severe storms at all, because I think the risk right now is low at this time, even with the storms that are coming through tomorrow. But still something that we cannot let our guard down at all, especially with that, albeit low, risk of tornadoes. So that's something we're watching very closely. I still think Saturday is the day that we're going to have to be watching for a heavy rain potential across Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. I know the models are going back and forth right now, but I think that's a pump fake. And the reason why I think that's a pump fake is because the amount of energy that we're going to have that's going to be moving through on Saturday is a lot more significant than today and tomorrow. Also, we've got a much better focus for these showers and storms along that cold front because the cold front that we saw yesterday was weak sauce. And that's why those storms didn't really pop because we had a lot of cloud cover. We didn't have a whole lot of instability and things were kind of trashy over our area. But with these storms that are going to be forming as we go into Saturday, especially during the morning hours and into Saturday afternoon, these will have a much better focus with them. And that's why I think that severe weather risk is going to be a little bit higher. So that's why we've got that slight risk of severe weather for pretty much the entire KNWA coverage area. Again, very heavy rainfall is my main concern, but also damaging wind gusts, large hail. And I wouldn't say that the tornado risk is zero with that either. So this is the latest graph. Again, all over the place with storm timing, with intensity, with how much we're going to see as we go throughout the afternoon. But you can see those showers and storms continuing as we move throughout the morning hours with additional development possible during the afternoon. In fact, let's look here real quick at that vorticity map because I really like showing that. I think it's a cool way to show those pieces of energy moving through our area because we do have a lot of energy that's pushing through Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley tomorrow and on Saturday. So here it is. This is right now. You can see that system pushing through the area right now, bringing out those showers and thunderstorms. There's that additional piece of energy on Friday. Again, that complex of storms coming through in a weakened state We'll see how long it can stay together. But again, it's something that we've got to watch closely tomorrow morning. But there's that piece of energy on Friday, maybe additional pieces of energy Friday afternoon. And then Saturday, that's the day where I'm concerned about heavy rain potential. You can see a lot more of that spin in the atmosphere with showers and storms moving through northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Maybe multiple little pieces of energy moving through during the afternoon as well, which is why I think the heavy rainfall potential is a lot higher. Look at Sunday, even more showers and storms possible. Wow. So it's a very active weather pattern, and it's going to stay active as long as that ridge of high pressure is in place over our area. And that's why, or not over our area, but in the desert southwest. And that's why it's bringing in those disturbances into northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. So we're going to watch these trends very closely. We're going to continue to keep you posted. Of course, I know DirecTV is down for a lot of our viewers. That's why we're doing this weather live streams during the morning and afternoon, just to continue to keep you posted, because we want to make sure everybody's, aware of what's going on, even if they have, that DirecTV situation. And so we're going to be here. We're going to be holding down the fort, and we'll get you through all these showers and storms. Again, though, I do not think that the severe weather potential is all that high, really, any day this week, but we still have to watch it very closely because, as we know, these systems can throw curveballs at us. Let's look at Heil Heat and Clay Megadoppler again. Look at these storms that are moving in. Quite a bit of lightning with these storms going on in the River Valley right now, though you can tell that the lightning's kind of dropped off quite a bit. Just to the south of Mountainburg, a little bit of a stronger storm there. LaFleur County, very heavy rainfall going on southwest of Spiro along State Highway 271. And, of course, rain's moving into northwest Arkansas, but albeit in a weakened state at this time. I'm not expecting a whole lot of thunderstorm activity in NWA, but still could see some showers and a few rumbles of thunder as we move throughout the rest of the morning, which, of course, the models took out yesterday, and now we've got an MCV moving through, and that's why we've got those showers and storms that are sparking across central Oklahoma and moving into northwest Arkansas. Let's take a look at some of our WeatherBug Network cameras. We saw a really cool shelf cloud feature try to roll through the River Valley. You could also see it weakening in real time, which was crazy. Of course it did. So there's Bella Vista. We're looking off to the west here. It doesn't look all that stormy, but it does look like it's about to rain within the next few moments, and that's certainly a possibility. It did rain in Benton County throughout the morning hours today, so that was something that we saw. There was a I-49, few slick spots there. Bentonville Square, there wasn't any runners or bikers this morning. Now I'm seeing some folks out and about. Temperatures are going to remain comfortable, so that's certainly a positive trend there that will take all day long. Here's our Cartwright Mountain WeatherBug Network camera. You can definitely tell the storms are a whole lot stronger in the River Valley at this time. In fact, let me move this camera a little bit farther to the right here, and you can see there's that storm that's going on near Mountainburg. Again, a little bit of lightning too being seen with those storms as well, so we'll see if we can catch any lightning strikes from those cameras, but definitely a lot stronger the farther south you get in terms of those thunderstorms. There's Salem Springs. There's that rain beginning to move in there. Let's look at Kessler Mountain as well. Just go through a camera tour here. Let's use all these cameras. Beautiful scene there from Kessler Mountain. That's one of my favorite cameras. You always get some great views from that WeatherBug Network camera. Let's look at Mount Sequoia. Again, just showers and rain beginning to move into northwest Arkansas. And then I'm going to stop it on the Miss Laura's WeatherBug Network camera because it is raining in the River Valley right now. Pretty heavy rain moving through Fort Smith at this time. Some occasional gusty winds as well. That'll keep our temperatures down as we go throughout the day, that's for sure. Much like yesterday where we didn't get too hot in the River Valley. Still got up to 93 degrees, but it wasn't overly hot in those areas with those scattered showers and storms that moved through there. But again, just frustrating. I'm just worn out from this weather pattern. I really wish that I could, tell you guys with more confidence what exactly is going to go down, but it's just so difficult. And I'm at wit's end right now, really, with it. It's just unbelievable what's going on. I saw an interesting comment this morning as well from one of our viewers that was on social media, and it was very good questions. It was asking about the models and how much we use that for a forecast, because a lot of the times it does misinterpret everything. And I want to stress this. The models that you see that we show with Future Track or, when we're presenting the screen, even the Rufus model, which I think is the best one right now, those are all guidance, folks. Those are not forecast. And I think there is a bit of a misconception among even the weather community on what exactly the role models play. And it's not a forecast at all. It's just a way to help us fit the puzzle pieces together. And when your puzzle pieces are out of whack, right, it can be hard to put the whole puzzle together. That's why we have to use a lot of our, meteorological intuition and our knowledge in order to make a forecast, especially with a system like this, especially with disturbances that are moving through our area with east-southeasterly flow. So it was a very good question, and I thought it would be important to talk about that as well on this Weather Live as well, because it is very difficult. And, the models are also, available for the public as well. And a lot of times there can be some miscommunication there, especially when the models are showing one thing and we're saying another thing. And then this something ends up happening. It's very difficult sometimes. So I just am so glad that a lot of folks in our community are patient. A lot of folks, too, are educated on these things. That's why I'm very blessed to still be up here in Northwest Arkansas, because a lot of you folks are very, very, curious about these things and also very educated about them, too. And it's just a real blessing to be here in this community and to work with Dan, to work with Peyton, Zach. They're also just wonderful individuals, and they know their stuff about the weather. And it's just you learn a lot every single day in this world, in this world of weather, and keeps you on your toes. And I know we say it's frustrating, but I also wouldn't have it any other way. It's a dream come true for me. Josh said, fun fact, many of the free apps out there on the App Store plug in some of these terrible models with no human input. That's exactly right. That generic weather app that you have, I'm going to show you here on the camera, that Apple app that you have, that uses, I believe, and Josh, correct me if I'm wrong here, if you know, I think that uses the GFS in order to make its forecast. And it changes, right, like every 6 hours or so. So the forecast rapidly changes all the time on these weather apps. Those are not the best. That's why apps like the Weather Authority app will give you the latest details for our area, because we're actually putting in those numbers every single time. And it also is a great resource to have when we have severe weather potential, which we're not having right now, but to get those latest updates and, of course, get those warnings for your specific location. And Dan was letting me know this morning in Bella Vista that we had lightning near our area. And sure enough, we had that within about 6 miles of my house. So thank you, Dan Scoff, for that. Definitely love the app, though. I think we have a wonderful app, and Dan's done such a good job with it. We're going to continue to post updates as we get them there. Good morning to you, Amanda, and I 100% agree with you. Arkansas is just a beautiful state, sometimes beautiful weather, but very kind people, very understanding people, and I, just very blessed to be able to live in this area and know a lot of folks out there. Wow, that was a great lightning strike from our Fort Smith Public Library camera. That was pretty amazing right there. I'm glad we kept it on the camera. Little cloud of ground lightning strike. Again, these storms are producing lightning. They can be strong at times, but the overall severe weather potential is quite low at this point. So that's a good positive trend right there that we want to continue to see. Though these storms still packing a bit of a punch. I used our fifth meteorologist on staff today too, the 8-ball, and I think he might need a pay raise because he called this morning. Crystal, Perry, and I, before the show started, we said, is the rain going to make it into Northwest Arkansas or the River Valley? And it does look like the River Valley is getting some storms for sure at this time, and that's expected to continue as we move throughout the rest of the morning hours. Northwest Arkansas, it's still off to the west, but I do think at least some scattered showers making in with maybe some occasional rumbles of thunder. Jacob says, if it weren't for the lightning feature on the Northwest Arkansas Weather Authority app, I would not have known about the storms yesterday. That's the thing, too. A lot of these storms that do develop when they move in, you can't really see them sometimes, depending on where you are. And sometimes we have those anvil crawlers that you have that lightning strike way out in front of the storm, and that can cause some problems. But again, I think the lightning feature is really good because it tells you about your specific location. It gives you the information you need. We also talked about heavy rain located near your area. That kind of gives you a heads up that some heavier bands of showers and storms are beginning to move through. Take a look at High Heat and Cooling Mega Doppler again. These storms are falling apart in Northwest Arkansas, but I still think we get some rain as we move throughout the morning hours. You can see that MCV feature starting to push off to the north and east right now. Quite a bit of lightning going on southwest of Muskogee. I'm sorry, I'm not even going to try to say these names. Sometimes when I try to say names that I don't know, Even on air, I kind of look like a fool. So I might have to ask Dan how to say both of these names, or if anybody knows how to say those out there, please tell me. But southwest of Muskogee, you could see on the southwest end of that MCV quite a bit more lightning, some stronger storms there. I don't know if those are going to make it into northwest Arkansas. I do still think we see some scattered showers and storms as we move throughout the rest of the morning hours. Again, the River Valley main focus for these storms, though, you can see quite a bit of lightning going on southwest of Spiro and Picola, as well as Poto. Those storms are moving off to the northeast very, very slowly at this point. So heavy rainfall potential continues in the River Valley. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at that 7-day forecast because I know a lot of folks, they have DirecTV. They may not be able to see our 7-day. I didn't make a whole lot of changes to this, truth be told. It's hard to make changes when the models are so bad. So we still have a 70% chance of rain today. I think it's going to be on and off in nature. I think we see additional development off to our west as we go throughout the day. 80% chance of rain on Saturday. I still think Saturday is a day that we have to watch very closely. Sunday as well, we could see some more heavy rainfall potential then. Early part of next week, we start to calm down a little bit, but because that ridge of high pressure will still be off to our west, we can't take out the rain chances completely. And temperatures still pretty comfortable for this time of year in the lower to upper 80s as we go throughout the next 7 days in northwest Arkansas. River Valley, of course, seeing those stronger storms at this time, still could have that potential for on and off showers and storms in the afternoon. 60% chance of rain Friday, I think mainly around lunchtime, and then shower and storm potential on Saturday and Sunday as well, with high temperatures back in the lower to middle 90s. So we'll get toasty in the River Valley again as we go into the first half of next week. All righty, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I might end it off with this comment here. Good weather joke for this week. Why is a meteorologist always stressed? This job is full of high pressure. That's a good one right there, Josh. I kind of wish we had high pressure in control right now because I need a break. I really do. This weather pattern has been so active over the last several weeks, and it's been very frustrating to forecast. And, we obviously had that derecho and that tornado several weeks ago in Scranton. And, I just want to be completely transparent right now. I really enjoy, forecasting Northwest Arkansas. I really do love keeping the community safe. And it's something that I'm very blessed to be able to do because of Dan and because of the wonderful people we've got here at KNWA. But at the same time, it can be a little bit stressful with how storms are moving through the area. That's for sure. Try to hide it as much as possible, but I just want to do as good as a job as I can do. And I hope, everybody out there is watching us pretty closely and continuing to keep track of the latest details because we'll be here and we'll continue to watch these things very closely. And of course, things change. Dan, Peyton, Zach will be here holding down the fort this afternoon. I'll be here tomorrow morning, and we'll keep you posted on the latest information. But just very thankful for the patience that a lot of you have with us, and hopefully we can get a little bit more clearer in terms of that picture as we go throughout the rest of this week and head into Saturday. All right, going to go ahead and wrap things up. Stay dry out there, especially in the River Valley. Dan and Peyton and Zach will be here later on this afternoon to give you the latest details. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this baby up. Have a great rest of your Thursday, and God bless everybody.